Hi everybody. Welcome. I hope you're having a great start to your week. Happy Monday night. I'll give it just a second for people to pop on and we'll chat for a minute. So I have the Clea Sling / crossbody all cut out and ready to go. It's super cute. It's from Unikatz Patterns. And this is it. It's very cute. There are 3 sizes to it. So we will be doing the medium size in this video, but there's a small, medium, and a large. And this is my first one. Absolutely love it. I think it turned out so cute. I kind of want to do a variation, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. We're going to make it a second time, and I'm kind of going to see if it's possible. I wanted to see if I could add a gusset to it and make it wider, if you know what I mean, make it thicker. I'm sure I can. I just need to play around with the pieces and figure that out. But this is a fun, cute, simple sew. It's not very hard. The way she does it is great. I love the design. So go check it out. Again, it comes in 3 sizes, which is always fabulous. So you pay for 1 time, get 3 sizes. Hi, everybody. Hello. Yay. Okay, so we're going to do this. I interfaced with Decaville Light. She says you could, for a more slouchy look, you could do, like a bonded nylon one with fleece. It's totally up to you what kind of shape you want. I liked the Decaville Light shape. I like the shape it gives it. So I'll do that again. I didn't make a strap for this one yet, but I mean, just to give you an idea, I made a strap for this one. So I just did a regular, crossbody type strap. Let's see. I'm going to stand up. I'm in my baggy clothes today, you guys. I'm nice and comfy. Okay. Let's just put this on so you guys can get an idea of what we're dealing with here. So this is the medium size on me. I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable. What do you guys think? Very in, right? So this is what we're going to make. Super cute. I love it. Okay. Hi, guys. Yay. Like I've said before, summers are hard. I've got kids in and out and things. Hi, baby. As a kid walks in. Have I fed them? No, they need fed, please. If you could feed them, that would be great. It does hang really nice. The shape of it is great. I love it. It's a great design. Okay. Just leave my door cracked so she can come in and out, okay?
Oh, we can get food.
All right. Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, right now, it's summer. Okay. We are going to go through the pattern pieces real quick. I'm going to show you what I have. I'll aim the camera down and we'll get ready to go. Let's sew this cutie up. Hey, can you close the laundry room door, please? Yeah, it's very cute.
I'm going to go to Target real quick.
Okay, have fun. Katie, it is very similar to the clamshell. It's a little bit different in the design and how it's put together, but yes, it's like a clamshell type of bag for sure. All right, so we're going to go here and down. Marley May's like, what's going on? Okay. Okay. So here are my pieces right here. I've got my hardware. I've got 3 zippers. I'm going to do 2 zipper pulls on that main zipper and then an inside zipper. So 3 pulls, 2 D-rings. I do have some rivets pulled out. I've got my little nameplate here and then zipper tape. Not a lot of items that you need for this bag, which is kind of fabulous. I always love that. Hi, Kassiah. All right, so I don't have any gunmetal, so I did choose black zipper tape with gunmetal. I think it looks just as good. I've got Tulip Bee's Faux Real Black here for my accent pieces. I have Love Lola's vinyl for my main body. Okay, those are my main body pieces. And then I've got Tulip Bees Smoothie Smooth. This is my inside zipper pocket. And then my lining pieces. This is a brand new pattern, a brand new design for her Smoothie Smooth. I absolutely love it. How pretty is that floral? I was so excited to cut into it. It's got like pops of pink on there. I think it all goes really well together. So this is what we're working with. We're gonna start with the D-ring connector on the back. So I'm gonna put kind of these to the side. Wonder if you could add darts to add depth. Yeah, Robert, that's what I was thinking. Like I wanna add, there's a design of a current hip bag out that's, you know, probably manufactured in bulk in China that I want to copy and try my own design. And it's got more of a gusset to it. It's very much this shape, but it's got a gusset and I really want to try it. All right, let's try that for camera. The floral is Tulip Bee. I'm going to close my door. My kids are just being way too loud. Just a minute. Okay. All right. Here we go. I don't know if I really like the angle of the camera. Sorry, just a minute. I always struggle with this, huh? There. Better? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. Here we go. So we're going to do this and this. And we need some tape. Okay. How big is this? Yeah. So we want, I need to mark my center line, which is about right there, I think. Okay. This is a weird shaped D-ring connector, but it's very cool. It's shaped this way so your edges, when you fold it under, don't poke out. It's kind of cool. I will show you. All right. All of Tulip Bee's Faux Real and Smoothie Smooth has been restocked. So if you've been waiting for a restock, go grab you some stuff. Do it. All right, here we go. So, gonna take this and we're gonna fold these edges. I need to put a little bit more tape along there though, because it's not gonna stick right there, is it? Yeah. Mine doesn't quite reach it, so I'm gonna have to put some tape. It was either, I couldn't decide if I wanted to sew this up or a Monroe. I have another Monroe from Lynn's Handmade cut out to make. Maybe I'll sew that up tomorrow. And then I really want to do her new Juliet Jet Setter. I've had that one for a while that I really want to do. So many patterns, guys. All right, so I added Decaville Light. She doesn't suggest it in the pattern. That was kind of just something that I decided to add. So totally up to you whether you want to do that or not. So you just want to fold that in at the angle and then the rest of this comes in. You're working on a Juliet Jet Setter right now, Dawn. Awesome. It looks super cute. I really want to make one. Pretty sure I have all the pattern pieces cut out and ready to go. I need to just do it when I'm not doing a million other things, right? Okay. I hope you guys all had a good 4th of July. We had a good time over here. No complaints. Lots of fireworks this year. I don't know what it was, but usually on my street, we are like the only family setting off little fireworks. And this year it was chaos. It was absolute chaos on my street. So many fireworks. And Oakley did not like it. Okay, so now you want to top stitch, a bigger top stitch down both sides. Okay, here we go. You guys, I got a new foot. I got a new walking foot. This one is, moving the camera again. I really don't like that angle. Sorry, guys. There. It's got a smooth underneath it and it's skinnier. I just got it off of Amazon and I really like it. I really like it. I linked it in my Amazon list. So if you're curious, it'll work for those Juki 1181s. Is that vinyl a little stretchy? Slightly, but not very, Diana. It has a slight stretch to it, but not crazy. All right, so that's my little D-ring connector for the back of my bag. So I need to get my main exterior, which is this piece, like this. And I'm going to draw a line from, I'm going to do some center markings real quick. Just finished the Juliet Jet Setter. Love, love, fun to make. Yay! I'll be doing it soon. Hi, Annette Harris. We had neighbors shooting off fireworks until 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this was the first year Oakley really experienced it, and she was not having it. She was a mess. So next year I'm going to have to get something to help with that, I think. All right, so I'm just trying to mark my center here so I'm not all crooked. And then I want to go up and mark a line going this way. That looks a little crooked. Let's go right. That looks good. Okay, like that. Oh, wait. Whoops, I did the wrong line. You got to pay attention to which size you're doing. Oopsie poopsie. Get your wipe out. It does help if you have this on a cutting mat too to get it, but I have kind of a directional print that was pretty straight. So I'm gonna have to go up like this though, because my ruler isn't big enough. Okay. I want it about there. That should be my line. So measurement is in the pattern. Oh, Texas, you guys. You guys have had a lot going on. I am so sorry. My heart goes out to Texas. All right, so now we're gonna take our anchor and I want to mark the center. Okay. And then I need a line on each side here. On the back of it now, we're going to draw a mark on each side. All right. I got a product from the vet called Silent. It's a gel you put between their gums and check they are calm but not knocked out. Oh. Silo. Excuse me. That's good to know. Maybe I'll try that next year. All right, so now you want to get some double-sided tape and just go a little past those markings that we just drew. And then we want to get our D-rings. Come here, little cart. Thank you. All right. And then we want to just slip them on. And we're going to fold this to that line, and our tape went right over, so it should stick, and you want to center that. Okay, do you see what I mean when we did this connector? It's at an angle right there, so our corners don't stick out on the front when we're all said and done. It's kind of cool. All right, and then we're going to do the same over here. Do you think Lola's checked vinyl is comparable for semi-industrial machines? Yeah, you mean compatible. Oh, compatible. Yeah, I think it's a nice thinner material, and you could totally use it with your lighter weight machines. Yes, I do. It is not thick. All right. Just like that. And now rotate your main panel this way. Place the anchor below the marked line. Okay. Below the marked line, right over. Okay. And then we're going to want to make a marking for where to stop sewing and turn. And the measurement is in the pattern, and it is a little far from the edge because it kind of hangs off, as you can see, like this. But then we're gonna rivet. It's so we can stitch around it. Okay. Hi, Mimsy. Hi, Rose. All right, so now I'm gonna sew around that. You can pull your threads through. I think I will because I'm doing like a contrasting gray thread. So I think I will pull my threads through. Yep, here we go. Hi, Danny. All right, I'm just pulling that first thread through there so it doesn't get, I don't get it confused with all these other ones when I stop. Oh, come on, you want to stay. go. All right, I'm going to tie these off. Then I'll get all my silver marking pen off. I had all this meat out and tortillas to make like a taco night, and then it gets to evening and I did not want to make dinner. So we put the taco meat back in the fridge and ordered pizza. Right? Balance. All right. I've cooked a lot this last week. I feel pretty good about my decision. All right, so that is my D-ring connector. I'm just going to get all my silver marking pen off of there. Beautiful. Next. All right, gather your main zipper. What are we doing next? The zipper pocket? Okay, so it wants you to go to the zipper pocket next. I'm going to do it a little bit different than she has in the pattern. I'm just doing it right onto the material like that. She has you do a zipper overlay. I'm just going to do it right in the back. So, all right, here we go. Have you tried the Way-Whack version of Decaville Light yet? I haven't. I have not tried it yet. Have you ever used waxed canvas? Yes, I have. I like a waxed canvas. It's good stuff. All right, so how did I do this last time? I used the pattern piece is what I did. I went like this to kind of mark where she has the zipper because it's kind of important with the way it all folds and goes together. So you want to make sure that you're placing this in the right place. Okay. Beautiful. And then I'm going to grab my... So I'm just doing some black bonded poly. And I want to do the back side of it. Where's my silver marking pen? Right in front of me. All right, so I am going to mark about, let's do 3/4 down. I'll do my box. And I want it 1 inch wide. And I'll do 3/4 in as well. Just ordered that floral smoothie smooth from Tulip Bee. Yay! You're gonna love it. All right, and then I am going to just, for my visual, I'm gonna mark 3/4 of a line above here, and that's where I'm gonna put the top of this zipper pocket piece. And then I'll know that my zipper pocket is gonna be right there, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I need to center this up. Now, the bonded nylon can be a little tricky when you're doing something like this, just because of it's the slippery type of material. So you just have to be patient and go slow. All right, so I want to go right side to right side. I'm going to line this up centered right there, and I'm going to sew around that box, and that should match up to this box perfectly. Again, you could always just do a zipper facing. Go for it. I just thought for this bag, this might be a little bit easier. All right. I do find it to be as sturdy and doesn't wrinkle like Decaville Light. Well, maybe I'll have to try it. Yeah, I haven't had the chance to try it yet. Okay. I'm going to shorten my stitch length for a pocket like this. And just hold my pieces in place. Awesome. What color of thread do you carry that would match the maroon brownish color? On that level of vinyl. Maybe the apple cinnamon? I'm not sure because I'm not 100% positive which vinyl it is, but I would think maybe the apple cinnamon thread would probably be a great contrast and or color match. I think it would go nicely. All right. So I will tell you with this Smoothie Smooth, what I've started to do is putting a piece of tape right there and sticking it back where I want it. So I'm going to do that. And you can pull it up if you need to. It just kind of helps it stay put. Yeah, you could probably put a little heat on this, but I'm always just a little bit weary when it comes to this type of material. I don't want to melt it, you know? And I feel like this kind of gets a little misshapen sometimes when you heat it. So I'm just going to put some tape. Beautiful. All right, that'll all flatten out once I put the zipper in. Let's do it. I like to put more tape, top and bottom. Put my pull on. Hi, Kathleen. Yay, what are you making? All right, so I'm just gonna stick this on there. Center it up. And I like my zipper pull closing to the left. So make sure that is how it is positioned when I put this on. It's giving me a hard time tonight, guys. It's because I'm on a video, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. $2:30 a.m. Wow. Why are you awake? I would be fast asleep. Maybe I would. Maybe I would be awake. I don't know. Depends on the morning. Today was the first time I've gotten to sew in 3 weeks. Oh my goodness, you poor thing. I feel ya. That's how I felt today. I said, I don't care how much work I have to do today. I need to sit down and sew. I sewed yesterday too, and it was so nice. Made me very happy. All right. That looks pretty good. Look at that. Yay! That turned out good. All right. So now I just need to close this up. We don't need to leave it open because it is a bound little bag. So how do you pick what pattern you're going to sew? I mean, I don't know. Whatever speaks to me at the time, really. I make a list of ones that I like and then kind of pick and choose. All right, so let's close this up. Caramel cork with your caramel thread. Ooh. Try and decide between brushed bronze and antique brass hardware. Ooh, I love a brushed bronze, but I love antique too. I don't know, Kathleen. Both are amazing. All right, so I'm going to close this up. I'm just going to go down or come up and then around. Thank you. I'm sure that was very helpful, wasn't it? All right, I'm just going to trim this extra zipper off. We don't need this. And this one's good. Make sure we melt it. Come on, I know I just filled you. Okay, there's our cute pocket on the inside. Now what? Dot, 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 done. And okay, main panel assembly. We're gonna get this bad boy here and some zipper. And we want it, ooh, I think I did it extra long. So I had, let me see how long I'm supposed to do this. Okay. We're going to go about here. I'm going to do about 19. Right? Does it say? Okay. I'm doing a 19, which is longer than it needs to be because I want to have extras to put on. I'm going to do a double zipper pull, so that'll help. All right, I'm also doing this a little differently. I am going to completely, just dropped my lighter. I'm going to mark my centers here, and then I am going to completely separate my zipper tape. It seemed a little bit easier to separate it when I did this the first time, so we're going to do that again. That mark. My gut says brushed bronze, Kathleen. There you go, Kathleen. Go with rose. All right, I'm just marking so I can line it up when we're done, okay? All right. Trying to think of how I did this. I did not put notches in this. That's right. I'm going to tape it. So she says put notches in your zipper tape. I am not a fan of notching my zipper tape. It makes me very weary. So, any more small zipper or wee whack tape here. Okay. This may be a dumb question, but what is the difference between brushed bronze and antique bronze? Brushed bronze is like shiny and more polished. And antique is like it's kind of been thrown around a bit. Not a dumb question at all. All right, so we're going to do this because then like on, just like we do on the Annabelle, we can take this tape away after we sew it to trim and notch the material, right? For that curve. I don't want to put notches in my zipper tape. I'm not going to do it. And my first one came out fine doing it this way, so that's what I'm going to do. You can almost smell that tape through the YouTube. Seriously, it is a strong smell. I'll probably get high off of it. Kassiah, the D-rings that you used on the Mallory bag are called, what are they called? They are called, D-prong connectors, I think. I think that's what they're called. I love you, Siah, and all your two toys. Aw, Francis, thank you. All right, so I'm going to start. I have my center notched up here. I'm going to match my centers up here. Right sides together. My zipper tape is right side down. And I'm just going to go along this curve. And then I'm just going to sandwich the lining on top. Zoop. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So we're going to sandwich the lining on top. And then she sews it at a bigger seam allowance. She does a 3/8. So, womp womp. I'm going to have to change my zipper foot. That's fine. I do have the skinny foot. Do you think I can get a 3/8 with a skinny foot? Ooh, I might try it. I might just see. Hi, Cassie from Mexico. Can't wait to meet all the people at the Ohio event. I know, I'm so excited. We have 2 spots for the Ohio event left on Sunday. So if you've been wanting to come, 2 spots left. Prong side, small D-shaped prong side strap connectors. That's a mouthful. Who named those? Thank you, Annette. Oh, mine is not. Why is mine not lining up? Okay. I want to definitely have this lined up. Just a minute. Hi, Katie. My front door must be open and my dogs are barking. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to readjust this just a little bit. Bye, Rose. Waiting to see if you'll offer Swag Dash near Minnesota. I mean, we'd eventually like to go everywhere, but we only have time to do a couple a year. So this year it's only Ohio and the Colorado one. So we won't be offering any more this year. Maybe next year. All right. Well, I'm still a little, why am I off on that? That's weird. It goes down. All right, sorry, just a minute. I must have cut my lining a little wonky, is what I'm guessing. We're just gonna go off where the center is and let it hang off the sides. Sorry guys, 3rd time's a charm. What are your sewing the state's plans for this year? We have Montana coming up in a couple weeks. We're sewing at Katie's house in Bozeman, Montana. And then, what are we doing? We're doing a couple of New England states. I'm not sure which ones. That's all Susan. And then I think we're going to do Wisconsin when we go to the Lynn's Handmade Retreat this year. All right, beautiful. Let's sew this on. I'm going to see if I can get that 3/8 with this new skinny foot I have on here. This smooth skinny foot. I'm not sure if I can. We're going to try it though. Yes, no, maybe so. No, I don't think I can. Nope. All right, let me change my foot. Kassiah, do you carry the prong D-rings in your shop? Evelyn, yes, I do. I'm out of, what am I out of? Am I out of any finishes right now? No, I think I have them all in stock. Yes, I carry those in my shop. Okay. Zipper foot. Let's do it. Is there a reason you use clips on that side instead of doing the double-sided tape? Yeah, because I didn't want to have to rip off 2 layers of double-sided tape, because I am going to cut back the seam allowance out of this. And the clips held it in place just fine, so it gives me 1 less row of tape to have to take out. So in the pattern, she has you clip the zipper tape. I'm not doing that. So instead of clipping the zipper tape, I'm going to pull this away and clip the seam allowance. Or, yeah, clip the extra, which she has you do, but she doesn't have you separate it from the zipper tape. And I have had too many experiences of when I snip into my zipper tape, it starts to fray and your bag will fall apart. So I wouldn't recommend it. Okay? Okay. What do the purple crowns mean? It's a thing that YouTube does. It just means they've been commenting and participating during the YouTube. I don't think it's just something to brag about, I think. It just means you've been involved in the live, I think. Hi, Chris Ann. Happy to have you. All right, so I only had to pull off 1 side of tape instead of 2, just like that. Yep, exactly, Stacy, like the Annabelle zipper panel. Same idea, right? Same idea. So now I just want to cut away the exterior and the lining a little bit with my pinking shears and not the zipper tape. And that just helps your zipper lay nicer when it's all turned out and top stitched, okay? It gives it room to stretch and be round. Fran, yes, I have Kai pinking shears. You can get them off of Amazon. Or probably Wowack or the Kai website. All right, beautiful. Yes, Fran, they are great pinking shears and they work amazing. All right, so see how nice that looks? It's beautiful. All right, we want to get that all pressed out. Hi, Becky. Hi, Francis. First time watching your live. It's so fun. Yay! We are sewing the Clea Sling. All right, so we want to top stitch and then baste all the layers together. Okay, so we're going to top stitch and then we're also basting these layers. So I'm going to start with the top stitch and I'm going to change my foot back because zipper foot is not a good top stitch foot. I'll tell you that right now. It is kind of the worst. Kind of the absolute worst. Okay. Here we go. Let's top stitch this bad boy. And I'm kind of like pulling my layers to make sure they're laying nice as I go, especially with the bonded. You kind of want to just make sure it's nice and tight and pulled down. Isn't this cute? Yay, I'm glad you guys are loving it already. It is such a cute pattern, guys. And this would be a great pattern for markets. If you're looking for a pattern to sell at markets and craft fairs and on your website, this would be a great one to do. Do you have the Hold Your Threads magnet in stock? I sure do, on my website. Hi, Janice. Welcome, welcome. All right, and then I'm going to stop right there. I don't really necessarily want to sew over this zipper. Well, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. And then I'm going to be basting my layers together. So I'm just going to kind of do some clipping real quick to make sure they're where I want them to be. And we're going to baste the rest. You got a new cylinder arm and thought it would look cute on it. Ah, yes, it would. I'm just dropping all sorts of clips, you guys. All right. Hi, Lily. What's your favorite drop-in lining pattern if you have one? I don't know if I have one. I don't know if I have a favorite drop-in lining pattern. Prickly Pear Peggy Designs. Love your tutorials. Made several Annabelles. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much. All right, so there is my, so as you can see, it's starting to come together. There's the top and there's the back. Isn't that cute? All right, so let's go to my other piece here. This one. And we've got my accent piece to go with it here. And I am going to just, oh my gosh, my kids are so loud. Yikes. I don't know if you can hear that. Sounds like a herd of elephants upstairs. Yeah, I'm going to put my name tag on this piece. I'm just going to put this together first. Thank you, Evelyn. All right. So I want to connect this. Is that cute little accent piece. It goes this way though. Okay, you want it coming out that way. Here we go. Match those centers here. And we're just going to clip and sew this on. I'm always amazed when I watch how you sew, look at a pattern, watch a computer monitor, and answer questions. Thank you. Multitasking at its finest. Love the Siah Sidekick for drop-ins. Oh yeah, Siah Sidekick's a good drop-in. For sure. And the Mr. Heckles, absolutely. All right, we're going to sew this on and let me, yep, okay. Seam allowance, pay attention to your seam allowances. Here we go. You've been on vacation for 2 weeks and miss watching your videos. Oh, and your sewing machine. Oh, man. All right, so you want your seam allowance going up towards this top piece up this way, and we're going to top stitch along that. Now, if you wanted to, if you didn't want this accent piece on here, you could cut this piece, this full size. You would just have to figure that out, right? Like if I wanted to on my next one, make it just all solid, I would probably stop right now and trace this piece out. And that would be my pattern piece for my next one. Just FYI, just putting that out there. I think the accent piece is a cute addition though. I like it. All right, I am going to put on my name tag. Let's do it. I'm trying to think of where I want it though. I think, so on this one, I put it right below. I did it right there. I could do it there. I'm going to do it right below again. Okay. You've just fixed your timing on your cylinder arm. Oof, that's crazy. Hi, Kathleen. Yeah. Cooking dinner, sewing the Fun Bobby backpack. That's awesome. Okay, so there's my center. I think we want it like about right there, which is about, we're going to go 3 inches up. That looks good, right? I love an accent piece when it's that easy like this, right? It's totally easy. I love it. All right, I'm going to put it up on the top of that line. I think I like that placement the best. Okay. Beautiful. I need a drink of water. Okay. I get my name tags off of Alibaba. Hi, Barb. Where do you get the tags that look like cursive writing? Barb, I get those off of Alibaba as well. It's just the design I gave them. You just give them a design a file and they will make whatever you want. It's kind of fabulous. Kids will be kids. They say someday we will miss those sounds. Absolutely. I don't mind it. It just makes for a loud video. I'm sure once they go back to school, I'll have lots of quiet sews, and that's fine. All right, I'm going to cover that up. Thank you, Barb. All right. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's do our second side of our zipper, which is right here. Okay, now we're just laying this straight across. Easy peasy. This one I can do tape on both sides because we don't have to trim anything out of this one. Rewatch Sister Sews and laughing at Susan realizing that Kassiah is a teacher too. That's funny. Susan is doing a sister takeover this week on the Joseph bag from Shambhala. She's super excited about it. She just made her first one and it looks amazing. So yeah, I forget which day she's doing the sister sew. Maybe Wednesday. It should be good though. Should be a good one. I think tomorrow I'm going to get on and sew a Monroe. And then maybe a Julie Jet Setter this week. I don't know. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to put another piece of tape. And we'll add our lining. Guys, this pattern goes together so quick. It's kind of awesome. I just saw the picture she posted of it. Love it. Right, Brooke? It's so cute. Man, who said that? Janice. While cleaning my parents' bathroom, I accidentally knocked my brother's toiletry bag in the toilet, so I'm making him a new one. Whoops. It's kind of funny, though. Okay. Right sides together. Line that up, and then I'm going to sew this on. Had several requests for the Annabelle bag. I ordered templates. Yay, Candace. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad other people like it. That makes me happy. All right, so let me change my foot out one more time. Last time. Getting to be a pretty good pro at this foot changing stuff, huh? Hi, Nancy B. Thanks for joining us. All right, here we go. Sew this on. Chris Ann, she says the 2 bags you sewed on last week, you mentioned you would list on the website. Yep, I just finished the straps, the crossbody straps right before this video. And I just need to take pictures of them and I will post them on my website tomorrow, along with probably these 2 sling bags that I'm making here. So I'll have 4 new bags listed on my website. And then I also have that new Monroe that I sewed up today listed on the website. Lots of cute new bags for sale. All right. And then I think we just baste this together too, yeah. After we sew it. All right, here we go. We are gonna top stitch and then baste. You know, just a minute. I think I'm going to clip it all together first. So it's pulled down where it should be. All right, here we go. Better. Okay, now I'm going to baste the layers together. Whoops, I went one over. Whoopsie. Okay, guys, this is what we have. We are going to zip the 2 layers together, and then yeah, we're almost done. That's how quick that is. All right, so let's zip these 2 together. And again, I'm doing like a double zip here. Oh, Janice, thank you. She says, I've learned so much from you, Kassiah. So a big thank you. Aw, so happy to hear that. All right. Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to do this so I'm in the camera and it's hard. Come on, heart, get out of my way. Oh, I think the boyfriend is over. I'm hearing a male voice and I'm like, who is that? Oh my gosh, you guys. Phew. All right, and then we're gonna put this side on here. I don't know why that was such a struggle bus. It's fine. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look how cute that is. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so now that we have it zipped together, we want to just sew our teeth together in case, you know, that pops open. We don't want that happening. So I'm going to just come from here and down, sewing my zipper teeth together. And then this next part is so easy. You guys are going to be like, that's it? Yep, that's it. You guys, this lining material, ooh, I didn't get my, let me baste right here. I definitely want that basted, so just a second. don't want to not catch this lining on there. Okay. This lining material also comes in vinyl. So if you are in love with this lining material, go get the vinyl of it too. It's super cute. All right. So I'm going to move this a little out because now we are going to sew this together and we are going to bind it and then we're done. So all we do, turn it this side out. Here we go. And match our bottom centers. How long have I been sewing? Oh gosh, my whole life. Pretty much. Look how that comes together. That is all we have to bind. We just have to bind the seam and it's done. It is such an easy, cute bag. You guys need to go try this pattern. 3 sizes, which I kind of want to make the little one. I think the baby one's probably going to be super cute. And I was a little worried about how this zipper would look when I was done. It actually, even though it's like a little folded right here, it looks great on the outside. So don't stress about that. Telling you, super duper easy, like a pita pocket. Exactly. Like a pita pocket. You just have to push that D-ring out of your way and you are good to go. And then of course we'll trim this little zipper tail when we're done. But when I did this the first time, I was like, that's it. That's it. Super easy. This is the medium size, Allie. Yes. Okay. So now I'm just going to be sewing this together and then I'll add some fold over elastic. I'll trim off these zipper tails after I sew this together. Fold over elastic, turn it right side out, and we are done. Crazy, right? Kind of crazy how easy that is. Okay. Let me double check that seam allowance. Well, I'm going to do my own seam allowance. I know what I want to do, so that's fine. I've been making my way to sewing room all day. Now I have to watch the rest of your life. I'm almost done. Let me get my fold over elastic out and ready to go too. Okay. I'm going to do it this way. I feel like it lays better with it up like this. I'm going to open it a little bit too. All right. And just make sure those D-rings are pulled out of your way, which is why you have so much room when you do it. And then go for it, guys. I feel like this is a pretty foolproof pattern. All right, so I am now going to trim this tape off here and make this even. I will get a lighter too. Hi, Patty. Okay. A little plastic on my zipper here. Take that off. All right, let's do this. Just getting all those. Okay. What we got? Here we go. Now, let's see. Where's the end of this? Come on. I don't want that. So you could fold this over to make it finished right up here, or you could just leave it raw. It's at the very inside top of your bag. You won't be able to see it at all. So all I do is just make sure you run a lighter lightly along it so it doesn't fray, but you should be good to go. Totally up to you how you want to do that though. All right, my eyeball itched. All right, so I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna give it a stretch as I go, okay? You definitely wanna stretch this out. Usually I measure this out first and then put it on. I'm just gonna do it as I go this time. Can you tell me how to register for SiahSwag-in? It should work on my website. I only have Sunday spots available. There are 2 Sunday spots. Annette, could you link the Ohio Swag Dash from my website on here for me, for Patty? Now, the most common mistake people make with elastic when they're binding is they don't stretch it as they go. It won't work if you don't stretch it. You definitely need to give it some stretch, okay? Or else it'll move and it'll get frustrating. Hi, Robin. Yep, we're just about done. But how much stretch? Enough that it stays in place. Not to the point where it's going to stretch your bag, right? You don't want it to be so stretchy that it's pulling on your bag. You want it stretched enough that it stays in place and it doesn't move while you sew it. Thank you, Annette. All right, here we go. So now I'm gonna sew this. So my first stitch was at a 3/8. This is just what I like to do when I'm binding. I like to do a 3/8 and then I like to put the elastic on at a 1/4. Totally up to you what you like to do, but that's my kind of go-to. How often do you do live? I don't have a schedule. It is when my life allows it right now. So I already made the strap for this before the live because I just wanted to get it done. And the only other thing that I have to do is put some rivets on those little D-ring connectors after we turn it out, okay? Yep. And then I'm just going to melt that right there. Beautiful. Okay, so there's my binding. Looks good. Okay, let's turn it out, guys. Turn and burn, turn and burn. Do you have a rivet press suggestion? I like cam snaps. That's where I got one of my rivet presses. All right. Okay, Patty, then you're on our list. She gave us your information. You should have gotten an email. Look in your junk folder. I know you got put on our list, so look in your junk email. All right, just get this all pressed out. Ah, so cute. Look at that. You guys. Is that so cute? All right, so I do want to put a rivet here and a rivet here real quick. So we're going to do that. It is seriously such a cute pattern, you guys. I love it so much. All right, so I think, did I just use my, I think last time I just used my hole punch for this. Let's try it. So, I'm gonna open her up. Isn't she cute, guys? All right, yeah, I think I just put this in there. So the reason I didn't do this beforehand was because I kind of needed to be able to move it out of my way for the assembly, right? So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do it after the fact, but it's doable. And my binding, there we go. Okay, one right there. Can still hear my kids. All right. And then one, don't be afraid to just kind of squish it. One right there. Patty, look in your emails. We sent you an email. I'll have Susan send it again. We have you on our list, so. All right, so I'm just putting that in there. There we go. So I'm just going to take this to my press and press those 2 rivets on real quick. It's not needed. You don't need to do the rivets. If you're scared of doing the rivets, you don't have to. It just adds a little extra security to your strap connector. All right, all done. Sorry, I'm moving the camera so you guys can see. Hi, guys. All right, here we go. So quick, right? Such a cute bag. Absolutely love it. Get my strap. I just made this strap. It's just out of 1.5 inch webbing. You can do whatever size you want. It doesn't have to be 1.5 inches, but I just thought that would look the cutest. So. Okay.
I'm going to the pool.
Okay, have fun.
Yeah.
All right. This is it, guys. This is the end result. How adorable is that? I love this pattern, you guys. Go check it out. I know that I love the medium size. I really want to make the small. I think the small will be even cuter. I'm not sure. This will hold, like, you know, your essentials for sure. I'm interested to see how small the small is, so maybe I'll do. My phone does fit in it. Yes, absolutely. So here's my phone. Absolutely. Like, it's big enough to fit your phone. It's so cute, you guys. Go grab this pattern. You will not regret it. So easy to make. I love it. I love it. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you all have a fabulous Monday night. And please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.